Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Claudio here, and we are at another Cat 5 race here in Floyd Bennett Field, where all kinds of things happen. This is a Tuesday night series, and last time I was here, I was actually able to hang on to the very end with the group. The first time I've ever done that. This time, sorry to say, I got dropped in the last lap. But there's some pretty good reasons. Here you can see that the rider just went out. Fine, nobody's chasing him because he's going to come back. He's going to get chased back. He's not going to do a solo. And this is my mistake here. Like, why am I going up to 7 some watts here? Almost 800 watts for what? I burned a match. This guy's not getting away. Nobody's chasing because they know, right? And we're about to turn into headwind, and I knew that. And I knew that nobody's gonna go through that headwind section on their own and just hammer out like a huge effort to stay away. So big mistake here. I was feeling good, and that's why I did that, but I shouldn't have done that. And here he flicks his elbow, and I'm like, no way, I'm not eating this wind. It's like 15 miles an hour headwind. I mean, it was hard. Maybe like 15 miles an hour coming straight at you. Very windy. No way I'm sticking my nose in the wind. I know better. So I'm just gonna ride wheels. But that little effort of like 750, I didn't feel it. It was fine. I can do that. But I only have so many matches to burn. And that might have been the match that I needed on that last lap to not get dropped. So you gotta be patient. See, none of these riders burned that match. None of them have done 750 watts already, and they're chilling. Okay, so we gotta be really careful about that stuff. No matter how good you're feeling, don't do it. Be smart. Be patient. So, this is the race. We got some strong junior riders. We got some guys in their 20s or 30s. It's just all over the place in these Cat 5s. This is a strong crosswind from left to right. I told myself, stay in the inside, and I am. So I'm shielded by the guy in front of me, shielded by some riders directly to my left. That's good. Good tactics here. For those of you who are new, don't know my stats, here are my stats. I'm 36 years old. Weigh about 154 pounds. My FTP is somewhere around 230 to 250. I'll go into that in a second. Max heart rate 187 to 190. I train about 10 to 12 hours a week for triathlon. About 6 of those are on the bike. So this coming weekend on Sunday is a New York City Triathlon, Olympic distance. I've been training for that. So I don't have a lot of snap in my legs right now because most of what I've been doing is more triathlon bike endurance workouts, right? So they don't involve going up to 800, 900 watts sprinting efforts that you need for these kind of races. So I didn't have that snap the previous weekend, about 3 days ago, actually. I did the New York State time trial championships up in Tiago, New York. Really fun. First time in a time trial. Whoa, we got some attacks here. I'll get back to the time trial thing. So here it is, another 750 watt effort to get up to speed. I mean, these are matches that we need, and I already burnt one earlier in the lap. This is when I really need it, right? Times like this. And I had it, and I was able to keep up. And these little moments where you really have to close those gaps, it's kind of like you're in no man's land. You got to close them fast. But those guys in front, I don't know if they definitely didn't get away. So I'm at my heart rate, as you can see, 176, 177. That's hurting. Anything above 175, I'm hurting. If I go up to 180, I'm in some real pain and some real trouble. I need to like find a way to recover. So these efforts, this is hard. This is really hard for me. I just hit 180 on the heart rate. I am hurting. I'm praying that they slow down, and they always do. And but I need to just hang on. So I'm really digging. I'm digging in to catch them and then recover. You can see them that they're also hurting. They're also trying to recover. So that was a big moment right there. I just was able to dig in. Now I'm coasting. I made it. I bridged that little gap, and now my heart rate is going down. And that's pretty much what these races are. It's all about. They're about being able to recover and not losing those wheels, not getting dropped, making those big efforts, and then recovering from them. So back to the time trial situation. Did the 40K, it's like 25 miles. Really interesting, really hard. First of all, riding a time trial bike. I just got a Cervelo P3 from Craigslist, and I got it set up. It's really hard to ride a time trial bike if you're a beginner. I've had it for maybe 3-4 weeks. It's so hard to sustain the aero position. It's you get a lot of fatigue in your arms, in your core. You have to have a really strong core, I've learned. And it just takes a lot of practice staying in the aero position so you can get that speed advantage. Also, the watts that you put out are way less. It's like 20% less, what I've noticed. Somehow you just can't put out as many watts as you can on a road bike, but you go faster, right? So there's that the speed advantage because it's so aero. So somehow it just works out. I made that. I did record it with my GoPro. It's kind of boring. I don't know if anybody wants to see that. Maybe it'll be good for some of you. I didn't do a very good job. I didn't even crack 200 watts for 25 miles. I was so fatigued in the arms that I just had to keep getting up and shaking out my arms. And I didn't even reach my threshold power or heart rate on that time trial. Anyways, time trials. Let me know if you guys want to see that video, and if you want me talking about that kind of stuff. They are a lot of fun. It's a whole part of the sport. Definitely recommend people getting into that. So here, back to the race. This is a strong crosswind. I'm trying to stay in the inside. People are just kind of looking around. Not sure what they want to do, if they want to attack here, because we're coming up into the fast section where the wind is on our tails after this turn. So I'm not really in the best position, although I am being blocked. The air is, the person next to me is blocking the wind to my left. So I'm okay with that. Now I'm in the draft of the person in front of me. So it's all good. Trying to bridge these little gaps. I didn't use my brakes very much in this race. Maybe a couple times I overlapped and I kind of freaked out. But I definitely didn't skid my wheel. good. I've done that and I've gotten yelled at because it really like shakes things up. People behind me, if somebody in front of you starts to skid, lock up their wheel, everybody just breaks, and then it's not a good vibe for the race. So I'm trying to get past that. All right, so we are here trying to take some shelter, although this section is more of a tailwind, but nobody's attacking. I'll put up one of the workouts that I've been doing. It's more for building threshold power. 15-minute warm-up, 5 minutes at 10 seconds sprinting, and then 50 seconds easy. So I do 5 minutes of that. Then the core of the workout is 4 times 10 minutes at zone 2, and then 3 minutes at zone 4B. So that's above threshold. My threshold is 250, so this is 261 to 300 watts, 3-minute intervals. So that's going to build up that threshold power. And that's what I've been trying to do on my time trial bike. Also great for these road races. It's not necessarily a sprinting type workout, but you also need this kind of power, like this threshold, above your threshold. You need to be able to work in that very uncomfortable state. It's one of the things that I've been thinking about. Like, I really want to attack, right? It's like fun. It's like a cool thing to go out and attack. But I kind of did the math, and I can't. Like, for me to attack, that's like an 800 watt effort for 5 to 10 seconds. Then I have to sustain about 300 watts for 2 minutes to stay away, and then go back to like 250 watts to, if somebody chases me and we get into a breakaway, maybe I can recover at 250 watts, but 250 watts is my threshold. So all this stuff is like way above my threshold, and I will get popped so fast if I try to attack. And so that's when power comes in FTP. If you want to sit in, you can get away with not having such a strong power profile. But if you want to be attacking, that's going to take some training. You got to have that snap in your legs, and then you got to be able to sustain. Right? It's something that I really want to work on, and I'm working on it, but it's not at the top of my list. Right now, I'm just trying to survive. So that's the main question: is do we want to? What's better, power or tactics? Obviously both. But in this race, did I get dropped because of lack of power or lack of race tactics? So far, I've been okay, except for that one effort at the very beginning of the race, which was very unnecessary. Otherwise, I'm riding wheels and I'm fine. 143 BPMs on my heart rate, and I'm doing less than 200 watts. That's great. I'm good, and I'm second wheel at the race here. Like I'm in prime spot. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Again, people are just kind of looking around. We're going under 20 miles an hour. Now we got the crosswind from left to right. Staying in the inside. And this guy's doing some work. I mean, he was up there. I don't know who won. I think he was up there. I don't know if it was a field sprint or if it was a breakaway. But this guy's eating a lot of wind. people are just staying. You can see him looking over his shoulder to see if there's an attack, to just keep track of the race behind him so he can react. So this 30-minute race, I don't bring a bottle with me. I debated that. Like, do I need to? I mean, first of all, the weight of a bottle is not going to make a difference for me. But also, I'm just not reaching down. There's no way I'm reaching down to get a drink. Like when I'm surrounded by all these riders, I'm still not comfortable with that. No way. So I leave the bottle. It's a 30-minute race. Like, it's fine. Totally fine. All right. This is kind of a speedy section. It's supposed to be the speedy section. With the tailwind. I'm just trying to stay in there. Not burn matches. I've been pretty good. Try not to break. You know, it's a thing. Just try not to break. So we got some accelerations, not necessarily an attack, but you know, people are moving up. If you're not moving up, you're falling back. That's a really important lesson. Always be moving up, or you're gonna end up in the back. If you're not consciously moving up, passing, or being, you know, making an effort to stay in the front, you're gonna fall back. Here, a trick on this corner, you just cut to the inside and you'll have less road to travel. It'll help you get up there. Again, here, I just got bumped back a few places because I'm just not consciously trying to move up. And I'm kind of hurting here. It feels like it. From looking at the stats and what's happening, I'm not being very aggressive. I might be getting tired. Here I don't know who to follow. So that happens a lot. Which wheel do you want to go on? You want to hop on to somebody that's passing? Maybe they're really strong. Maybe they'll take you to the front. So that's what I did. And yep, I moved up a few spots. So that was a good decision. This guy is he was new, so he went out to the right. It's kind of funny. Sometimes that happens. So he missed that turn. It's no big deal. He got back. Alright, I believe this is second to last lap. Now, I've been working on drafting. I don't know if this is really the right distance. I mean, I am in the draft. I'm good here. But I really got to be closer. I'm not sure who to follow. People are just like, why is everybody so spread out? Like, this is a windy section. It should be like 2 lines. But people at the front are like, no way, I don't want to catch this wind. So they drop off, and then it kind of creates this little bit of confusion. Like, who are you following? Who's going to take the wind? I'm in there. I'm pretty shielded. It's a headwind, and I feel okay here. I'm not directly behind this guy, but it feels fine. Closing little gaps, got to do that constantly. Now we got that huge crosswind left to right. I got to stay in the inside. So I go up. I think I'm trying to bridge this little gap, or I'm not sure if I want to. So I'm shielded here. The wind is being blocked by all these riders on my left. And now I'm in this guy's draft in front of me. I'm shielded, but I'm still kind of pushing out some watts. It's not great. I don't know what the best thing to do here is. Heart rate is kind of climbing, 165. And I just went over that grass. I get kind of cut off a little bit. And here's the effort. Here's another match that I burned. I did 500-600 watts. I didn't have to do that. And that spiked my heart rate up. 167. And now this, I think this is what killed me. It started with that one effort right there. And now I'm doing kind of a lot of watts. I mean, not really, but you know, it's like threshold and up. And I'm not in the draft, there's a gap. I'm definitely above my threshold. And this effort, I think this is what really killed me. You see I'm going up to 400. I just can't close this little gap. It gets really annoying. And my heart rate getting up to 170. Not good. It's not feeling good. You can see the gap opening up more. The riders behind me, they see something's up, and they're moving up to close that. And I start putting out another effort, burning another match. People start passing me. I'm in trouble. I know I'm in trouble. And everybody's just moving up. I need to recover. I need to pray that they slow down. And I'm still kind of in it. I'm not like totally dropped, but I'm getting dropped a lot. Okay, coasting. Good. But my heart rate is too high. This is one lap to go. I'm not in the draft. I'm just pedaling on my own. When these gaps form, it's just so hard. I'm coasting, I'm trying to get in the arrow. But my legs are kind of wasted at this point. And now they accelerate, and that kills me. I can't do another effort. And that's it. That's my race. I'm getting left behind. I'm still digging in. I still think that I can. But there's no way that I can recover from it. I know that I can do a good 10-second effort and get back on, but I can't get through the rest of the race. I'll be dead. And that's how you get dropped. I'm an expert at it at this point. This is like race number 18 or so for me. Only really survived one race with the group. So the question is, tactics or power? What do I need more for this race? In this particular example, I think I could have done it with just better tactics. I burned a couple of matches that I didn't need to burn, and I could have used those for this last acceleration. So there you go. Another race, another day getting dropped, another lesson. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll be posting more videos coming up. More races, more lessons learned. See you out there. Peace.